around big penises, big pockets, and she would have been going. I knew. I'm like, no thanks, bro. I'll pass. I had found out she burned me with chlamydia, and I believe it was like 2015 or 2016. Yeah, man. The last time he called me, he's like, yo, what's up? What you doing? I'm like, whoa, what's up with you? He said, nothing. Y'all want to see if you want to come to Miami. We want to know what's good with you. So I'm assuming it's them. I think it was around Christmas too, because it was December. So I'm like, yo, I got to get Christmas gifts. This is free money. I could bust it down. I'm gonna wear a condom, because at that point I would never sleep with her unprotected again. I had found out she burned me with chlamydia, and I believe it was like 2015 or 2016. Yeah, man. I found out about that, so I stopped sleeping with her unprotected. Like, I started wearing condoms. I refused to not wear condoms anymore. But I would have still went to sleep with her as long as I wore a condom with paid. I was like, you know what, you can probably handle it. Discussed it, whatever. I get down there. I go meet him in this hotel. I get to the hotel. He's not there with her. He tells me, I got another young lady here. She's nice. You're gonna like her. Go to your room. Go chill. I'll call you later. So I'm like, all right. Bet. I was a little disappointed. I had an ex-girlfriend who lived in Miami at the time, so I called her up. We went to dinner. I ended up spending the night with her. Totally forgot about fuck. Woke up the next morning, look at my phone. I got a million texts from this guy like, yo, you played yourself. I fooled you here. Where you at? I'm like, oh, shit. Puff is mad at me. Okay. I call him up. He's like, yo, come up to my room. I said, all right. I go up to the room. I said, listen, I was with my ex. I show him a picture. He's like, yo, she's nice. You want to stay? I'll pay her. I'm like, dude, no, you're not taking my girl. Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. I ain't dumb. That's Puff Daddy. I could have the biggest world.
She would have been gone. She would have been gone.
Only thing that get around big penis is big pockets. She would have been going. I knew. I'm like, no thanks. Bro.
This is going to bust the P. Diddy case wide open. Once again, trigger warning. This is going to be about a 7 to 8 minute video. Y'all know I don't even do stuff this long, but I got the footage and y'all got to watch this. Sit down, go get you a snack, and watch what I got here. Video included.
I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media, and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that. That Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is that she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on the course of revenge should dig 2 graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura. Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is I was only a male escort for 2 years. I continued in the profession because Cassie and Diddy continued to pay me very well, and I was an ex-con. I needed money. Yes, I was trapped in the situation. I'll admit that. I didn't know what to do. But does that mean I should be victim shamed because the same thing that happened to women all the time happened to me as a man? No. And for those women out there, for you black women who choose to shame me as a black man for telling my truth, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's really pretty much all I have to say. You will not see me too much in the media. I don't need the public to believe me. I just need a jury of my peers and 12 people to believe me in a court. And thanks to the testimony of Cassie during the trial of Sean Combs, I have that. Thank you for watching. Stop victim shaming. Thank you.
This has been speculated since the beginning of this case, and I didn't even want to make this video like I made all the other ones because I didn't want to make a joke out of it. This thing is going to come tumbling down before Diddy even goes on October 3rd to get his sentencing. It sounds like it's going to be a lot more people that's coming forward. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. This is not a video where I just try to kick jokes and stuff, because now the truth that all of us were trying to say from the beginning of how just this something didn't seem right, something was off, this is it now. Go in the comments and tell me what y'all think, y'all.
Okay, hey, good morning. As you can see, I'm about to do my morning run. So this is just a quick PSA, and I want to say a warning to everyone out there who is misquoting that lawsuit to make it seem as though that Cassie is being sued because she aborted a child without my consent. I want to warn you that to post a statement that that is the situation could be considerable as liable and slander. And I'm going to tell you why. Because nowhere in that lawsuit does it say that Cassie had an abortion without my consent. The exact wordage of what it says is that Cassie had an abortion and I disappeared for several months and she had an abortion. And then in the following sentence, it explains that even though she had an abortion, she continued to sleep with me, forgive me, it's a little early, for years. Now, the reason I mention that is not to embarrass Cassie. Again, I've explained to the general public that for almost a year, I tried to quietly work behind the scenes with Cassie. The truth of the matter is this, ladies who want to hate on me, people who want to claim I have no victim. I said this to you yesterday, I'm going to say it again. Cassandra Ventura did this to herself. She's a pathological liar. She lied through her teeth to try to avoid the criminality of the situation that she was in with Puffy. Neither one of them were co-conspirators. They were just a freaky couple into freaky stuff that created this grand scheme to manipulate male escorts throughout the states. And they did this for over a decade. So now, Cassie should not have been the government's star witness. Cassie should have been a co-conspirator. But the government, these 6 white women prosecutors, and I don't say this because I think they're racist. I believe that the unity of their ethnicity created a very strong feministic bond with Cassie and the women who were abused in this case. And so they, as women, not racist, decided to use their feminist stance to prosecute Diddy as a DV offender instead of as a RICO offender. And they tried to incorporate his domestic violence to make them RICO-worthy offenses. That was wrong. Don't be mad at me, Me Too, because I'm exposing Cassie to be a liar. You should be mad at the U.S. Attorney's Office for wasting millions of your taxpayer dollars to prosecute a man for a lie. People, I'm not trying to embarrass Cassie, people. I contacted Douglas Wigmore for months. I may not agree with Tyrone Blackburn. I may not think he's the most ethical attorney, but he did reach out to Cassandra Ventura several times and allowed them the opportunity to mediate this before it hit the general public. See, people, Cassie wants you all to support her as a victim, as a woman who is offended. Now, because of your support, Diddy immediately settled out her lawsuit. Don't support her with a lie. Don't allow your arrogance and your need to just be right, Me Too supporters out there, to continue to champion a woman who lied to you. Cassie, women like Cassie, excuse me, are going to destroy the Me Too movement. Because see, what they do is they're criminals who use the toxicity in their relationships, to avoid criminal liability. This is what Cassie did. Do not misquote me. I don't want to have to sue you, World Star, or anyone else who misquotes me to say that Cassie is being sued because she aborted a child without my consent. People, Cassie wasn't my girl. She was Diddy's girl. I didn't have no damn consent if she got pregnant. The only reason it's mentioned is to show you that even though this woman was impregnated by me, people, and I disappeared for almost a year, the second I got out of jail, because people, I was in jail, I did a parole violation. So when I got out, I was messed up. I needed money. This is why I called Cassie, people, because I was kind of financially trapped in this situation because I needed their resources. And they would manipulate the hell out of me. Cassie would promise me 20, 30 grand and then give me 5 or 6 when I got to Miami. After I impregnated her, I managed to call her on one of her numbers when I got out of prison. She flew from LA to New York on her own with Diddy to come talk to me and tell me about the pregnancy. She cried in my face in the Gramercy Park Hotel. Diddy was right there. She told me how much she wanted to keep the baby. She had no kids, but she didn't know what happened to me. She told me I should have called from Rikers Island. People, I'm gonna be honest, I was embarrassed. At this time, I knew who they was, and I don't know why I was embarrassed telling Diddy I was in jail. Like, I think about it now like I was an idiot. But the truth is, I was embarrassed. You know, I didn't want to tell them that I was sitting on Rikers Island. I didn't want them to think that I needed them and I was using them. So people, I never made the phone call on Rikers Island, and Cassie had an abortion. But I'm not suing her for having an abortion without my consent. That's a lie. And I challenge anyone to go into that lawsuit, read it allegation by allegation, and show me where it says Cassie's being sued for having an abortion without my consent, like she needed my consent. You need to stop lying on me. Stop trying to find ways to misquote me. Stop trying to find ways to discredit me, and realize the truth of your situation, which is Cassie is a liar. And people, as the man she took the stand, in a federal trial and lied on, I can confidently call Cassandra Ventura a liar. This public service announcement, I pray it reaches Cassie. Cassie, listen to me, baby girl. Stop playing. You know what time it is with Clayton. You know how long you saw me. You know the things you did with me in those freak-offs. Stop lying. And see, I was actually gracious, people, because a lot of the freaky stuff in those freak-offs are not even in the book I wrote about Cassie or the lawsuit. Because I'm trying to keep, even though this looks horrible for her, people, I'm still withholding things to protect Cassie, to protect her credibility. People, Cassie was a freak. Cassie used to do nasty stuff in those freak-offs that Diddy did not tell her to do. And if she really wants to play the game, if she really wants to be exposed and have a trial where I get on the stand and I start talking, we can do that. But people, I don't want to sue Cassie. I want to mediate this with Cassie, and I've tried. And if Cassie is smart, considering she had an 8-year sexual relationship with the man who is suing her now, she will have her attorneys contact me this week and end this litigation. Why play games, people? Why should she play games when you all know that Dave is one of her favorite escorts from the trial that she called for over 8 years? How stupid is this? So again, people, instead of you attacking me for having the strength and having the courage and confidence to go after what is rightfully mine, which is the damages created by Cassie, stop attacking me. Cancel her for lying to you, because that's what you really should do. Stop hating Diddy because Diddy was a billionaire and all of you were jealous because he had money. Stop lying on him and making him the culprit, the primary culprit in your civil suits, because here's the truth. If you were in these freak-offs with Diddy's, and I'm speaking to the people who claim that Diddy raped them, I don't believe you. I was around the guy for 10 years. He's not like that. He made passes at me. He did some weird stuff. Maybe because he was high. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, people. But he never tried to rape me. He never did a lot of the stuff that these people are saying, people. He did not do that. And that's not fair. This guy's life has been destroyed because of the lies of a woman. Now, yeah, she told some truths too. But she told a lot of lies that the government helped her create, and she destroyed this guy's life. The U.S. Attorney's Office, people, they played us. I was a cooperating witness. I am not a Diddy supporter. People, I told them how Diddy assaulted her. I told them all the things Diddy do. Diddy did. People, when Diddy got indicted, I believe it was in March, I was on the grand jury, so I was responsible for one of his indictments. People, I was not a Diddy supporter, but I am now, because I know what the U.S. Attorney's Office did to him. They lied. They maliciously manipulated the narrative of a prosecution, so all of you guys would think that this guy was some rapist, homosexual, psycho guy. Now, he is sexually depraved, but where's all the men he raped? Where's all of the allegations from these civil suits, people? Why were none of them in the trial when this guy was raping minors and all of this stuff? Why didn't we see this? I'm gonna tell you why. Because the U.S. Attorney's Office knew 90% of them was lies. And they knew that there was a lot of evidence against Jane and Cassie. So what they did was they held out all the prostitutes like myself, and I hate that word. They held us back so no one would know about the women. Quick before I go, I am a law student, so I have studied hundreds of RICO cases. RICO cases involving sex trafficking. And people, this is the only case that I could ever come across where the prostitutes were not the center of the prosecution. People, Cassie slept with 50 men. Jane slept with at least 30. You got 80 prostitutes. Diddy should be in jail for the rest of his life. You know why he's not in jail for the rest of his life? Because these 6 white women tried to manipulate you guys into something that was not true. This is not something, I'm not trying to speak badly about the U.S. Attorney's Office. I don't need those type of enemies. And quite honestly, I liked Miss Maureen Comey and Emily Johnston. I thought they were great women. They were friendly, but that was the facade, people. That was the facade of these women lying and using me as a black man to destroy another black man. People, they don't give a damn about me, people. They kept me until the week before the trial, promised to call me in for witness prep the next week. People, it's been months. I've never heard back from them, people. They didn't even have enough respect for me as a victim who helped them build their prosecution to call me back and thank me, Mr. Howard, for helping us, even though we dropped the ball and we lost. Victims out there who feel afraid because Diddy didn't get convicted, don't be mad at Diddy. Be mad at those prosecutors who messed up that prosecution by trying to manipulate a prosecution to destroy a black man on the lies of Cassie, because that's the truth. This is Dave signing off. If you don't want to be sued for libel and slander, do not say that I'm suing Cassie again because she had our baby without my consent, because that's a goddamn lie. Thank you for listening, people. Stop lying. I don't want to sue you for lying. Thank you.
Get a load of this. Anyone know Vlad from Vlad TV on YouTube? Bro did not hold back taking shots at Cassie immediately after the Puffy verdict. He said, Cassie is guilty of the same prostitution charges Diddy was just convicted of. I interviewed 3 of the male escorts. All 3 of them said the same thing. Cassie picked them, contacted them for freak-offs, enjoyed the experiences, and paid them. Meanwhile, she's sitting on $30 million and writing letters to the judge asking him not to give Diddy bail. Bro does have a point, though. What are your thoughts about this whole Diddy thing?
I'm gonna go ahead and say nobody else gonna say it if you said right. This is a perfect example of what happens when doing too much go wrong. 30 mil, you had 30 mil, you hit the lick, you already got away with the cheese. You got away. You want you want the man to go to jail. See how the universe, God don't like ugly. I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all. My grandma used to tell me that shit. I used to think she was tripping. Joe Bell, shout out to Joe Bell, man. You feel me? Shout out to Joe Bell, cause what the fuck? Yeah, God don't like ugly. Should've just took your 30 mil and left. We ain't saying Diddy was innocent. Nobody saying that. He ain't innocent. We ain't saying nigga innocent, but neither are you. You feel me? I'm a firm believer of it ain't what you do, it's where your heart at when you do it. You feel me? It's where your heart at when you do it. You feel me? Cause you can be doing some shit like taking a bitch whole head off, but if your heart ain't in the right, or your heart ain't in a dirty place, and you ain't doing it just out of spite and doing it because you want to, you might not never see the jailhouse. I know plenty dudes done got away with a body. You feel me? So It ain't always about what you do, you feel me? Sometimes it's about where your heart is when you do it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And her heart was in a dirty place. She was trying to fuck that man's life up, knowing that she was a goddamn willing participant. You weren't no goddamn victim. You feel me? You could have took your 30 mil and got up out of there, but instead you kept pushing. Nah, the man done beat the whole shit, and that man want his money back. He want his fucking money back. Get that man his cheese back. Straight up. You don't get that man his cheese back. It ain't work. And this the fucked up part about it. You fucked your whole face up. It's over with. Ain't nobody, man. Cassie, man, don't nobody give a fuck. We already know all the tea, so you can't write no book. You can't write no tell-all, because we done been told all. And we don't want to hear that shit again. We heard enough. We do not need to hear that shit again. That was one of them movies that you watch only once. The bitch was good. It was a good movie, but you only watch it once because it was too much. You know, like Roots. You know what I'm saying? Like Roots. If you watch Roots more than once, you a psychopath. You feel what I'm saying? You watch that bitch one time, and that's it. You don't need to see that gruesome shit no more. You don't need that shit do something to your insides. You don't need to see that shit no more. You feel me? That's what this is right here. So you ain't gonna better write no book and get no money off of it. You gotta give his 30 mil back. And I just seen a video of you at the red light in a $200,000 car hitting that booger sugar. So I don't know. And your husband might leave. Cause you was still cheating and you ain't get the money? Oh bitch, he might be out of there. He might want a divorce. He want alimony.
We some Murfreesboro niggas. We all about our Skrilla. We smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping on the bricks. And we having a fit. We smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping on the bricks. And we smashing on the bricks. Flipping on the bricks. We smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping on the bricks. And we having a fit. Smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping on the bricks. Smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping. What it is, bruh? What's up? And we riding on the haters, turned up. We some Murfreesboro niggas. We all about our Skrilla. We smashing hoes, smoking throws, flipping on the bricks, and we having the fit. Ain't that a bitch? We so fly. Why you haters gotta hate? We trapping good. We stacking money tall. We keep them clunkers eating. We smashing them bands and bitches, so watch out for my shit is bleeding. It goes so hard like gorillas in the trunk. We so lit. I got the chop on my lap for you fucking haters. I got the antidote. You wanna smoke some dope? And Dice Game and Prince Ski is fucking up the game. We keep it vicious. It's like we stone that issue. We ride on you haters. We some hood niggas. We all about our Skrilla.